In 1939, a secret meeting in Moscow changed the world forever. Joachim von Ribbentrop, a former wine merchant turned Nazi diplomat, shook hands with Stalin's envoy, sealing a pact that would ignite global conflict. But behind his polished exterior lay a web of deceit and ambition. How did this man, who once sold champagne, become the architect of war? The answer lies in a story of betrayal and hidden agendas that still haunts history. But before we uncover the next chilling twist in Ribbentrop's dark diplomacy, remember to like and subscribe for more haunting tales from the shadows of history. Now, back to the unsettling web of deceit he wove across Europe. Joachim von Ribbentrop wasn't born into power. Raised in Germany, he traveled the world, living in Canada and mastering languages. As a young man, he ran a wine business, dreaming of wealth and influence. But in 1932, a fateful meeting with Adolf Hitler drew him into politics. He offered his home for secret talks that propelled Hitler to chancellor. Ribbentrop's charm and international savvy made him an unlikely ally, yet his hunger for status would soon eclipse his humble beginnings. As Hitler's chief diplomat, Ribbentrop negotiated treaties that reshaped Europe. The Anglo-German naval agreement let Germany rearm, while pacts with Japan and Italy forged a fascist alliance. But his time as ambassador to Britain bred a deep Anglophobia, fueling his drive to isolate the UK. Each deal was a step toward war, wrapped in polite handshakes and fine wine. Yet whispers suggested he was out of his depth, a pawn in a larger game. What hidden motives drove his diplomatic dances? In August 1939, Ribbentrop achieved his masterpiece, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact with the Soviet Union. Publicly, it was a non-aggression treaty, but secret clauses divided Eastern Europe, giving Hitler free rein to invade Poland. The pact ensured Soviet neutrality, shocking the world and triggering WWII. Ribbentrop celebrated his triumph, yet he had unknowingly set a trap. As war erupted, his influence waned and his once bright career began to crumble. Why did he risk everything on this gamble? During the war, Ribbentrop's role shifted from diplomat to accomplice. He urged Axis allies to deport Jews to killing centers, embedding himself in the Holocaust's machinery. But as military strategy took over, Hitler sidelined him, and a 1944 assassination plot implicated his staff. Captured in 1945, he faced trial at Nuremberg, charged with crimes against humanity. In his cell, he wrote memoirs clinging to his legacy. But the evidence was overwhelming. How could he defend the indefensible? At his execution, Ribbentrop's last words begged for Germany's unity and peace. But the twist lies in his memoirs. He claimed he was merely following orders, a loyal servant blindsided by Hitler's madness. Yet documents revealed he actively pushed for aggressive wars and the final solution, contradicting his plea of ignorance. Historians debate if he was a fool or a fiend, but one truth remains. His diplomacy enabled millions of deaths. In the end, the devil's diplomat was not just a pawn, but a willing architect of hell on earth. Joachim von Ribbentrop's journey from merchant to war criminal shows how ambition can corrupt even the most polished facades. His pacts ignited WWII, and his actions contributed to unspeakable horrors. But history leaves us questioning, was he a mastermind or a misguided follower? Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe drove the devil's diplomat to such darkness? If this story gripped you, like and subscribe for more tales of historical mystery.